Today we are going to model a spice rack for our kitchen using 3DX CATIA V6 and part design. To start, I created a rectangle as a construction layer with some rough dimensions, the size of a letter paper, 215 by 278, in which I will create the first component of this assembly, which is the divider of the spices. For the spices that I'm planning to use in this assembly, um, I've allowed a 90 millimeter depth and a space of 60 millimeter in height. Of course, those 60 millimeters will be less because we need to think about 3 millimeter of material thickness. So around 57 millimeter will be for those spices. And the bottles that I currently have, they are around 55, 56 millimeters. So everything should fit quite well. After I created the initial divider for about 4 of these spices, I have I will start to create the side legs. For this, I'm using the initial divider as a construction layer, and I will use some of the lines that are in the divider plus some additional splines that have a nicer design. I will create here some arcs that will have a bit of, a nice design to it, but also they have a functional effect. It will allow your fingers to grab the buttons a bit more easy. So I'm using the ends of this initial part, the spice divider, and I'm creating these arcs by using coincidence with those points. Now I have a full profile that I'm able to extrude about 3 millimeters. Some of these edges are a bit sharp, so I'm adding 1 millimeter or zero point 0.5 rats to it. Now that I have one of the legs and the middle piece, I will create a copy and paste weak link that will copy the exact details and still keep a link in between these two legs. The other leg I will just translate it for about 60 millimeter. Now looking at the assembly, I would like to create a bit of material removal to save some material and save some weight. And of course, I still want the outside profile to be a bit more strong. So I'm creating an offset of 10 millimeters. That will be the limit to how much material I will cut into. To remove the material, you can create some polygons or rectangles or even cylinders. In this case, I've picked a hexagon and I'm placing this at one of the start location. And after I'm creating a path long enough to cut through both the legs, I'm using some rectangular pattern commands to multiply this both in y direction and in z direction. But of course, I don't want to cut all the profile of the legs. That's why I've created that 10 millimeter offset. So now I'm adjusting these patterns with that 10 millimeter offset, and I'm going to cut a shape to have a strong 10 millimeter profile near the edge. I'm getting closer with defining uh, the hexagons that I will use to remove. And now, as you can see, I'm going to use the remove command. And from each of these side legs, I'm going to remove this material. And this is how the shape looks after I applied that remove command. I had a copy of that shape, so I've done the same operation for the other leg. And in some small locations, the cutout is a bit too small, so I decided to use the command remove face to eliminate those cutouts. And that's how this assembly of the spice racks looks for now. Now I decided to add some fillets in a couple of locations in order to remove some of the stress that you can have around the sharp corners, and also to add a bit of more nice aesthetic design to it. Now I'm happy with the divider, and I've decided to rename the parts because I'm going to export all these parts one by one, or these 3 parts, and 3D print them and have them assembled together so I can use them in my kitchen. I'm going to use a bit of glue to put everything together. And this is how the spice rack looks at. Thank you for watching.